Hello everyone, with the first episode of series of episodes about exponents and radical. In this first episode, we are explaining the basics and the rules of exponents and radicals and the relation between both of them. And in the next episodes, we will solve many problems, so you could expect that next episodes will be a bit longer. So let us to begin this episode about what is the meaning of exponents. Exponents is as simple as is when you raise a number or variable to a power, and this power could be a number or a variable. So for example, if we talk about the exponents, about the exponents, so we could say that we have 5 to the power of 2. This is also exponents, which is equal 25. Or we could talk about x to the power of 5. As everything in mathematics, exponents has some rules and properties. So property number 1 for the exponents is when we have base a raised to the power b multiply by base a raised to the power of c is equal a to the power of b plus c. So as you see here, there is a multiplication, and the second condition of this rule is the base must be the same. So in this case, we add the power. So what about if we have the second properties, a to the power of b divided by a to the power of c. So in this case, it will be, here is O, so a to the power of b minus O. So we could write it in this other form, a to the power of b over a to the power of O is equal a to the power of b minus O. For the third property, if we have a to the power of b all raised to the power of c. For you not to forget, remember, you could do something like this, b times c. So it's equal a, b, c. Fourth property, and we could call it the property of distribution. If a to the power of b over c to the power of d all raised to the power of e. So in this case, if we make it in two simple steps, a to the power of b all to the power of e, and c to the power of d all to the power of e. As you see, we distribute this power to both numerator and denominator, and again, as we studied in the one before, so it could be here like a to the power of be over c to the power of de. Also, we could simplify it more because they are division. A to the power of be no, we could not simplify because this is a mistake. So let us complete in another, or ask you another question in this part. What if we have a to the power of b plus or minus a to the power of c? Just notice here there is plus or minus. In this case will remain the same because we don't have multiplication or division. Just take care about this one. A small tip here, if we talk about any number raised to the power of 0 is equal 1. So if we have 1 million raised to the power of 0, still equal 1. X to the power of 0, still equal 1. Okay, so now we already talk about the properties of exponents. Let's go and clear our canvas and go to radicals. Radicals. What is radicals? Radicals, you could see it before in the shape of root. This is radical. But what is radical components? If we have, for example, here x minus 4 below the root, we call this part, what below the root, we call it radicand. Radicand. And the power, the root, let's say this is a cubic root, we call this one index. And the root, we call it radical symbol. Okay, so in this case we could call this one cubic root of x minus 4. So this is the cubic root of x minus 4. We could delete this one. Okay, so what is the relation between the radical and the exponent, or the exponent and the radical? So this is a very simple question, and it will have a very simple answer. We could say that radicals is the rational exponent. What does that mean? That means, for example, as we know that if we have a root sign without any number here, that's mean the second root. That means if we have square root of x, that means it's equal x to the power of 1/2. If we have the fourth root of 15, that means it's 15 to the power of 1/4. If we have the sixth root of 3 to the power of 2, it's equal 3 to the power of 2 all to the power of 1/6. And here, as we just study in the rules of exponent, this is equal 3 to the power of 2 over 6, or 3 to the power of 1/3, or we could write it in the other form, the cubic root of 3. Okay, I hope at this episode that we showed and explained what is the exponent, what is radical, what is the relation between the two. So please stay tuned for the second and the third part of this series about the exponents and the radical to solve more problem and question. Thank you very much.